ɔbɛkyerɛkyerɛ yɛn nso hyɛ wo nsa sɛ Awurade wankasa kyerɛkyerɛ fa ne mu. Yɛnya nteaseɛ na mmoa yɛn apɔmuden sɛ ɛbɛyɛ a yɛbɛnya nsetena pa. Yɛbɔ mpaeɛ ɛde anuanom a monya ama yɛn nyinaa nso hyɛ wo nsa sɛ wankasa yɛ wɔn kaakaafoɔ na fa obiara brɛ afidie yi so na yɛwie biribiara a yɛde aseda ne ayɛyie ɛbɛma wo din. Yɛsɔ bɛka yɛn ho wɔ dwumadie yi mu nyinaa wɔ Yesu din mu nti. Amen.
Amen. Edase. Pacho ene se de mekan ne dwumadie no na otwi na se kotam na toatoa so pa eti ye momodian se yenhwere program ba kokra. Ene nso ye nua ba bi asiesie no ho asia oni ba bi de dwumadie kese pa ebeboa me no mienu nyina enti yemba nyina ya ho ase na yen welcome ye nua ba Angela Darfour ene enomre woni ebesua edesua bi ato ne din se dealing with the loss ebra yakọ ha mu amane bi mu no kwan be enso ne betimi amanage ho ebetimi akeka ho asasie ne mu na yetimi asa to abrabo no so akọ anim losses na se bibi ahwiri bibi e wa abrabo no de obroni beka se inevitable woye de ya na ekwan bi so no bibi betimi ato na emom etwe ya ekwan be enso ya ye nipa ebetimi aka ho abom yenua ba Angela esese no ho esie me pacho sister Angie se wote menka bebia obia betimi aso o camera no na woni Piccadilly asafo edi enkomo ewo yen dwumadie nanumre so medase eye musonfo Samuel ana medi dwumadie ho chame
Yami sure brasame na brasame wan so de ama mesuma hwe bi.
pacho ne mame so ne kakra bi mame na ehwe manim kakra medase fa cheme so.
Okay.
Me pacho mini they say platform your audience yes me do no na me dem e be so na wi ameso adaroma.
Good evening abusiafo. Me gidi se nyame adom ye nyinaa ye ho ye. Many age say masamba Manchester view. And me call straight to yen topic, which is we're going to talk about dealing with a loss inti abra washiri bibi. Loss, as we know, no, comes in different forms. Okay. Loss, as we know, no, comes in different forms. Inti, it could be in a form of, say, obi ewu. Obi actually obi awewu. I mean, washre nebusiani bi anase relationship bi and ebi enye the way I or expect to say ebe ende anase obi ejuma bono ni nyinaa can be classified as losses. Inti obi oha n'ejuma efiri nensa baby oye ejuma oni ejuma bio obi oha nebusiani na ewu owo de ye nyinaa nim owo no betumi ayepanyi akwala even pregnancy kra no we classify ni nyinaa as loss. Obi wonso a pet ekra wu a or be classify no say washiri bibi. Afen so there are other forms of loss enye owo obi oha ne health say you're diagnosing with a terminal illness B and I say yeah chronic illness B ohun say apomuden ana ikura no afei de nkura ne bi oni ahode se ode beye de wo se oye obu ane da yesun bi se o na opese oye ebi osi bi nyina mi pese mi yesi but onyi du baby abrabom no hu se sa da yeso no enkosi na he a entimi mba mu ma no eno so etumi classify no say wahwere bibi obi won so a wahwere ne identity sometimes yeah will we could feel that as well, because some of the young ones, especially they suffer identity crisis. They struggle to fit in the community now they find themselves, And now obi anifie ashwe no say eja na ato wufi, even the close friends are all around, oni omo bio, they are on your friends with them anymore. All these are examples of loss. Inti is not just about say obiewu, but then there are different types of loss. Me pese ye ya dwene esi so. Enye owo nkwa na yebeka ho asem. These are certain things that you might not know say the way I'm feeling lately, said me my moody me yes say no, it's because you've lost something, but then sometimes because we do not acknowledge say what should be into no, now am I again to cope with it. People experience loss differently. Obi oha adeninya see na wa brushing it over na waye okay or go about in daily life. Obi wants it will take forever. They will be grieving forever. Whatever they've lost, Obe ebeye ne ya kosi se dibiana odia. Sometimes it interferes with daily activity. We are going to look at how we can understand such losses, how it affects us, and then ways we can cope with these losses. Okay. So understanding loss, said there midi kind mono I've talked on different kinds of loss. Obi niska kra, obi anejuma bono onim say oniska obi ebe to me akita for the family be especially a man my family men no, sometimes they struggle say nejuma bona and also sometimes it's a big deal for them, but then they try to be strong. Now we are going to look at the grieving process into abra obi ashri bibi. Okay. So there are stages in the grieving process which is not in order. I'm just going to mention them, but they are not in order. Sometimes it will happen to them as you can see, and as I'm mentioning them. Other times, it's it doesn't happen in this order as well. The first stage will be denial. Typically, Obeka say, enyamasem, emfa they show say, oh, they're not too concerned. This can be happening in or you need to say I didn't see it with the hope say one day things will reverse and I say there'll be a reset button to say this didn't happen. Probably it was a dream and now bibisa, and that is the denial stage. Sometimes people stay in this stage for a very long time, and because it's hard for them to believe, say, hey, me I'm a vegetarian, me did this so well. How come menya cancer now? How come say menya saya? I'm very particular with what I eat, what I drink. I don't smoke, and then I go jogging, I do exercise. Other in a way to me, and now me ye Christoni, me tia me tight, me bompire, I do this. Why did God allow this to happen to me? Why is this happening to me? Sometimes people deny that it has really happened to them. The second stage we'll talk about is anger. They get angry. Angry within. Worst case, you see it on their face, but typically, you might not see it on their face, but in their speech, those are the times where we'll be saying, "Want to say crap." They are angry. They have a pile up of anger, cumulative somewhere. When they react, they can become aggressive, and it might not be towards you, and it's got nothing to do with you. It's that anger from within, and unfortunately you happen to be there at the minute, and about also people become angry to the extent that they question God. They can question the ways of God. They say, Adena erade wama we atome. People nkɔfo gyidie enso timi ebeto sini because it sometimes loss can push people to the point where they'll believe, say, what if there is no God? Nyame biara koraa nni hɔ. Life is just happening as it should happen, so it must happen. And sometimes they try to hide under that. Say, yeah, careful. Such people might leave the church because omujidi ewo nyame mu no abeto sini kakra because of what has happened to them. Looking at ebia obia oba sorry obone homodin ye evangelism onu ne title tiani na on time and then diligently oye bibia as they should odi sorry anymore ye say na fe we're losing something which is very dear to him or her, and then that is the point Obeka say any enemy we see me time on Yamifi. There was really nothing there. There is no God. People do question that because enkamedie, why should this happen to me? And so people get to that stage where they have anger. Say your family people are most of the time it affects the children as well. Feel who say ontumi nka nkɔ ne mba ho because ɔyɛ angry within. Akwalaa ne di agorɔ yɛ ade before as African as they are not there before no akɔbɔ akwalaa no na ɔde ne before ɛkɔ obia so ɔde asɛm bi akwalaa bi ɔde ne home ɔde homework na ɔde biribi ba na frustrating ne ketewa bi a they tend to bring their anger on you, which has got nothing to do with them. It's just that they happen to be there at that point in time. The third stage I'll talk about is bargaining. That is where they cast their minds back to when the incident happened. And I say, okay, in Tisanka, me story na manko baby. Yamfani se obi a wenya car accident and I will losing a car. Oh, me sorry, I cry. I really didn't feel like going out. Why did I go? If only say my friend so me see I'm an phone and tare na so I think I can't no. If say then they tend to also blame themselves. Say me na me ye say ne man e ba say me na me ye say ne man e ba say. Then they tend to bargain and try to say if only I could I had done this and ka ebia we ensin. That is the third stage. The fourth stage is depression, which if care is not taken, people get to that stage. Indeed, they become depressed. They feel sad deep within them no neraho. They are not even able to go about their daily life. They tend to withdraw from people. They be no kwa wakoshe them no waye di ubisa na sema ordinity ebuao. Worst case, or you are not very short and precise answers, simple. They don't tend to engage as well. It is saying, or see, asa also what to say, and the is more of a generic answer than the actual feeling. People tend to withdraw only pleasure in anything or person. Yes, if they had hobbies, if they had things that they enjoyed, swimming, going out for a walk, watching television, they tend to stop all these things. And then sometimes when people get to that stage, they can go worse or it can go the other way. I mean, the good way, where they come to a feeling of acceptance. And that is the stage that we expect that people will normally go to, the acceptance stage. That is where you find peace in what has happened. You feel that it has happened. What if that is God's plan? This person was never meant to be in my life, and I didn't ask for illness. It has come. God's plan for me. Maybe I have fulfilled my purpose on this earth. People tend to adapt. They try to find new ways of coping with their new reality. And then people will come to that stage and then they will move on with their lives. As I said, everyone grieves differently. There is no timeline. Say it's going to take a day, 2 days, months, years. It can take decades before people overcome grief. Some people might never do, and that is okay. Healthy ways that we can cope with grief. So if you have lost someone, something, whatever it is that we're losing, these are ways that for your own self, you can do for yourself. Acknowledge your feelings. It is okay to lose something. Death, as we know, and as Christians, death is completely inevitable. We will all die one day. So accept it. Losing a job is temporary. We know that no condition is permanent or no situation is permanent. Health-wise, even if it's terminal, make the best out of your last moment. So this is the time where you know that, oh, the doctor has told me I've got 3 months to live. I'm in my last days of my life. What can I do? So consider that today is the very last day of your life. At least you know. People die without knowing when their last day on earth is. You know you've got these few days to live. What have you got to do? Acknowledge that I'm okay. It's all right. This is what I wanted to do before I die. I want to spend time with my family. I need to ask for forgiveness from XYZ. I need to do this. I need to do that. And then talk to people about it. Talk to friends, talk to family, talk to counselors. Tell people how you feel. Sometimes just call a friend, a trusted one, a family, just talk. Talk as long as you can. They don't need to say anything. They just need to listen to you. Find trusted friends. Engage in social activities. If your friends are going out, go out with them. It helps you forget about your loss. It helps you move on with your life. Practice self-care. Take care of yourself. Eat well, sleep well, do all your activities. If it's the gym you want to register, go to the gym. Wake up, go for a walk, go for a hiking, get out of your comfort zone. The comfort zone is a very beautiful place to be, but nothing ever grows there. So if you want to grow out of your grief, out of your loss, get out of your comfort zone. Do things that you think I would never do. On a cold, rainy day, just walk in the rain. And that is okay. Go for a long drive, hiking, take care of yourself. Things that you have pleasure in, even if it's television, watch it. You can start writing if you are interested in writing, write. If you are interested in reading, get books, register for the library, go get books. So if you want to draw, get books, start drawing, design stuff. People and to me, homemade decors with even with these water bottles are with the plastic ones, disposable ones. People can use them to create beautiful things. Learn them. So you are interested, today there are lots of things on YouTube. Learn how to make them. Craft, paperwork, everything. Bibia. If it's music you love, listen to music. You can even buy yourself a keyboard, start learning them online. Utimiko, people teach online, start learning something. Do something for yourself. You can even try to learn a new language. Download Duolingo, start learning them, sign up, create memories. That is another way for yourself. You can start writing, remember what ebi a woni nipa no Moye, you go back in the days, you can print photos or you can create a memory box. When you remember something that was really nice, write it down, put it in the box, and then there you feel down, go there, open them, read them, and laugh over them. Bibi anipa ne taika, Emma wenije, Nema wenije, whatever you love to do, say your colleagues, what you did with them. If you have pictures on your phone, you can print some of them out, put them in the memory box. Create that memory box. If it's maybe miscarriage, I know some of the hospitals, my hospital has them. We have a little memory box for your baby. If you want to create memories with the product now, you can do them. A little teddy bear. It's got a writing pen and a few bits in there. And it's got a little. It's like a coffin. You can take home and create memories with it. You can also create rituals for yourself. Say, sorry, Anapa. This is what I'll do. I'll first pray, brush my teeth. I'll go to the memory box and read. Don't miss the routine. Create that routine for yourself. If you're Jumaba, you can go back there. Don't my name be yet to say bosom, but make it like a routine thing for you. You have your God, you worship, and then make this something part of your daily life, not something you depend on, but something which is part of your daily life. And finally, seek professional help if you need it. Don't hesitate. There are lots of professionals, counselors around. Seek them. We have talking therapies. You can just book with your GP, talking therapy. Go just talk. They'll listen to you talk. Sometimes the whatever you're feeling currently is a pile up of stuff that has happened. When you talk about them, you can unlock all those things. The times that you lost things and you didn't have the time to grieve, you can unlock all those things, and then finally, Nyameya Adoma, you be well. Now let's look at we've looked at what we can do for ourselves. Now, ubi, someone who has lost something or someone with the various loss we've talked about. So be present, be with them. So na Moon can be Biakrana, you are there with them. They know that there's someone there with them. Use supportive words. So don't say, oh, just call me if you need anything. Let me know if you need anything. Sometimes they won't let you know. They need something, but they won't let you know. They won't open up to you. It's better if you say, can I make you a cup of coffee? Can I make you tea? Should I help with the laundry? Shall we go for a walk? It is more supportive than to say, let me know if you need anything. Just send them a video, a movie title and say, let's watch this movie together this weekend. Let's meet up for a drink. Let's go for lunch together. They are more supportive. Offer practical help. Say, Eyomobana, they are struggling with. Sometimes offer to give childcare. Oh, can your child come for a sleepover so they can also have time for themselves? Nina are practical ways that we can help people. When they are talking to you, listen actively. You can listen, but let them know you are actively listening. So you can ask follow-up questions, you can summarize for them. Let them know you are listening. And yes, say, oh, waba me ho, ye dinti. Waiting a phone, so now or the pressing the phone and all that. Sometimes these mobile phones are very helpful, but not so helpful because they breach that social gap. Gone are the days when there were no mobile phones. When you meet up in the streets, now there are lots of games around. Get them, some of them. Oh, So cards and I say word games. Plan something. Now they are buffy. Oh, let's do this. Even if they are not interested from the beginning, they might not show much interest. But as time goes on, as you become patient with them, they will yield in or they will try to come out of the shell. Be respectful of their space, their need for space. So when people are grieving, when people have lost something, yes, you are pushing for them to be all right. You want to be there for them. Sometimes we also have to be mindful of being in the person's space. If you want to kakra, then you go home so they can also have time for, except in circumstances where you feel you have concerns about self-harm and suicide issues, then you can raise the concerns up. But be mindful when you come in their space. Don't assume that you know what they need. You don't. Ask them. Ask them direct and sensitive questions. When you are asking sensitive questions, you be sensitive as well to how you communicate to them. And I also cried that they see and I can be patient. This laws have no deadline. It has no timeline. People experience it differently and they come out of it differently. Oh, and as soon as you they are different, and this person is also different. People have different ways of expressing grief. They have different ways of coming out of it. So be patient with them. Be patient with them. Don't be saying, "Oh, it was so easy. It was so sorry now, P. It was so..." Don't push them so hard. And I say, don't tell them what they need. Offer things to them. Do you want to go for a walk? Shall we meet for lunch? Offer rather than telling them what they need to do. So these are some of the things you can also do for someone who has been in a loss. Now, finding meaning and growth to loss. Sometimes, as I said, when people have been are going through grieving process, sometimes it becomes hard for them, especially with their faith. However, what we should understand is loss reshape our values and priorities. So when someone is grieving, their values and their priorities do change at times, and it is as a result of loss. You, as a supportive friend, can help, or family can help reshape them back. Totally. It is at that point that people get comfort. People get comfort from community. People can almost GDA where so be tinting. Then they believe say, oh, nyame wo ho obechichi yerem. There are scriptures, Bible scriptures that can support when we read Psalm 34 verse 18 or say the Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in the spirit. How pleasant this is to know that even if your family is not around, even if your friends are not around, at the point where you need them, the Lord is closer to you. The Lord is there to support you. And there is this ultimate thing that we are all looking for, which in Revelation 21 verse 4, it says, "He shall wipe every tear from our eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain." How pleasant this is to hear that there is a day coming where there will be no mourning, no crying, no pain. God shall wipe away all tears from our eyes. Channel those pain into a purpose. So people tend to build charities to support others who have gone through. Nti ebia obi or how be who say or we're creating a charity organization for autism because Neba was autistic and they died because we're not a good health care and they want their voice to be heard, whatever they create that. People tend to help orphans out of goodwill because they've been through a process and they are say they go through they do that to help others, which is very helpful. Obi Ohana was creating a group for widows and I say mba omo pe awo they've still not had children after many years of trying. Now a creative group, they meet, they talk, they read, they get people to cancel them, and then they support others as well. Into channel that pain into something purposeful, help others. That will give you self-satisfactory. And you will be grateful that you've been through that grief. Oh, me call me and I'm a juma ball mena me am a prayer as I say me fan for you have done something for yourself which is more pleasant, and that is a way of finding meaning to what you have lost and growing out of it. So in conclusion, loss is hard, but you are not alone. You've got people with you, people who are ready to listen to you. Healing means living with loss while carrying love forward. It doesn't mean say you have forgotten about it completely, but you have grown out of it. You are extending love out of your loss. You will understand better if someone tells you, say, oh, I've lost my long time boyfriend and I'm a boy, my long time you understand it better if you have been through it yourself and come out of it. Say the person was so dear to your heart, you understand it better if you've been through it. So you carry that love forward, extend it to others. Acknowledging grief and seeking support leads to peace. There is no better way I can put this. That you've been through this and that you need that support, and that will give you peace of mind to carry forward. Thank you very much. If there are any questions, I can take them.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Sister Angie. Any additions on Canada Manway? You did say Piccadilly Asafo. A tear edition ye na in Sembisane a Mwahudo Biano. A brainy say a bibisa. Nti at this time no maybe a natum so be ewo emwa and I say Asembisa maybe a nato betimi ama nsaso. Oko chat on answer reaction when I reason Simon Huna Emma Quanyano Bisa Asembisa Bia. Okay. Mpacho Steph Felicia, Mahunsa, Aquanya Hobet Makasa.
Mpacho yo, medase Angie nyame nhyira wo ne enkyerɛkyerɛ so nko a wode ama yɛn anumere yi. Na woka sɛ loss no o ma yɛn examples bebree. Ebi te sɛ depression. Na minim obi a ɔwɔ depression a anka family betumi aboa no. Sɛ na wokyerɛ sɛ nea yɛbɛtumi ayɛ de aboa afoforo na ɔmo free amora fi nea amahwere no. Family na yɛ bia nipa ne sɔre a ɔnkasa obia ho ɔhyɛ dam appointment kwa wɔnkɔ amafa kwan ahoro bebree so sɛ nka yɛbɛboa no, but ɔma no ho kwan no saa no bibi biem wɔ hɔ a family bɛyɛ na aboa nipa no. Minim sɛ wate na mebisa na se a.
Yeah, Matea
Yes.
Yamisha Auntie Felicia. So family no I try say they would want to go the professional way, say, excuse me, why you're depressed, so we want you to go for counseling and all that. Have they tried, say, omobemano, to start engaging in things that or you're interested in? So, or share them or no, probably or yeah, BB on their phone, on their, if they see something funny, what's in their manner, or young for a walk, they should go into the room, sit with Nipano. So what's in chain, you are not talking, you are not saying anything, just that comfort to say, because mujane so I know say krumuha time is really precious. Will be very busy, but then this person needs the time and the love and the comfort. Try and say, oh, let's get professional help and all that for you. They should start from the basics as well, and it can really help. Sometimes they don't need professional, they just need to come out of the room. To go in there, sit with them, so 30 minutes time, no, but oh, yeah, okay, or say, I now I say, do you mind if I sit? Or say, yes. What's a ho? Now, Tihudi. Then I also talk to them about their day, what they've been doing, what has happened to them, who we are. Or say, okay, and then you go back. Next day, you go a step further, and I think that can help. Sometimes you pushy people into going professional because they are denying, say, Bibianye Mintino. You pushing and say, book an appointment, go to your GP, go to talking therapy. They are like, I'm okay, Bibianye. But then that is because they are denying, they are in that denial stage. Thank you.
Yeah, that's in it. I'm one. Pacho, I send me do obium. Pacho, a brave be my and I train, but any mammy Musamedian from CCA. Stanji, presentation, I'm going to say a quiet breakfast will be. Now, it is more related to sedimentias any and say a believer. Now ye quotations near that they be a boy. Na yen no on other side say with nipa da nyankopon ni ti quotations na de no nye so bit ma bam ha oni nipa ni di nkomo me ma scenario bit say krom here aha obi ka say oni ni di nkomo na leave me alone a mo gide say so timi leave me alone oni penso situation no so nka hu ne say bia wo won nchen beboa leave me alone make say what team be me no me ensan bia say otwe ho eno no mentwe me ho na ebia bibi betime sia na so se mentwe mo nkotete baabi na se mentan nchen situation misa na ebe ende be ko krumi anso ye na ebia o meka se wo twa koti bia ma wa eno no situation misa na kwan be so betima bo nipa no me da se
Okay. Rasa Minyamisha. I'm sure mommy both more handy me we are as I said, be mindful of their space. Inti obi oha okone personal space mo too much it's aggravate them the more. Inti no. As much as you want to be there for them, no, don't be too much in their space. If they ask you to go, go. So we'll suspect say there is they could commit suicide, they can self-harm themselves. If you are that's what you are worried to that extent, escalate it, report it, call 999 na a reporting. But then oba or still leave me alone. Waba, you come want to call them on the phone. Membrel coffee. Membrel, you know these white people, they love their coffee. They'll hardly say no to it. Why a coffee? No, a bakwaman. How do you like it? Opa, oh, you know. They say, how do you like your coffee? No sugar, no milk, black. Why? Now they are manner. Offer them practical, because Obika say, leave me alone, leave me. Oba konwa say, uhia bibi afreme. Unfrewoda. Nti no, offer them that support. Oba fi na we didi no de go hona imwa ifia nicely, kindly. Now what was shama no. It takes time. Some of them will really need all the time in the world, and you have to be patient. I'm sorry, but you really have to be patient with them. Say they go through that process, you know. But being present is very important. Oh, the Oba first, they'll still leave me alone. Call Oko kudua, check up on the person. Mimba ya coffee ma enyumre obedidi. Mimba bibi ma. Don't push too hard day one. Do it in a gradual process. Manipano all the time and they'll come around.
That's it. Pacho Simbisa be who be na say moi. Pacho Sister Flipper.
Pacho medical crana eka ho in regards to seeking help, because Ayana Sister Angie Kasano, she's mentioned about a lot of help, but sometimes, especially in our community, yes, say GP now because GP no in a long process now until it really deters people from going to the GP. But when it comes to mental health, there are help available. One can to me a referral. So if you go to self-help, that's one can the details to share say you want to speak to a psychologist, they will reach out to you and then book appointment with you. Normal says the level of help now here and no money why appointment. You can even decide say call hospital or crowd or phone. So they have all that available for you to be able to have access to those ones, And if you go to self-help, anybody can do it from just your phone, and I say you can just walk in and say self-help and so amount. It's really available like that. Me that say.
Pacho that's any M1. Pacho ebi who be man still ye go so hwe M1 asembisa. Masima ba kontem.
Okay, Brother Sammy, Patrons
Okay.
Bakasa,
Pacho bet makasa.
Nyamisha, Stanji, and also other contributions as well. Just to add to, I think that most of us, those of us who are working, we do have time for supervision as well. Minim se ebimu wo saa kwenya na. And then also in supervision as well, if your mental health or will be mental health, we do have a safeguarding as well. So with safeguarding, it has to do with mental health, the safety of other people, which is all rounded. So you could raise it there in your supervision. With me, I can watch him say this is happening to you. You need help. A woman who says "Bibi, how adwuma mouse as well as if it's obi and I also say they'll be in danger. Maybe our family member they are doing this in a way it's affecting you. So in supervision, you can also bring that up, and then there are ways that will be directed. Also, Angie mentioned so many ways to seek help. Help no ebi wɔ ha doesn't ɛnyɛ ne nyinaa na affect it like your own way. Ebi wɔ ha language could be a barrier. Ebi wɔ hɔ so a timing no. Ebi wɔ hɔ bɛka say Zoom but you prefer to be in person. And ebi wɔ ha, as Angela mentioned, talking therapy. Ebi wɔ hɔ so a it's different types of therapy. And you can try as much as possible to see which one that works for you. Even sometimes then one leading the therapy could say, oh, this is not working based on what you've given or near what share, it's all rounded, and as she also said, it takes time, and also takes time for the one that will be beneficial to you as well. Just to Auntie Felicia's question about the family member helping, sometimes to the family, if the person has gone through a professional help, and I say, I was and so bet me asiki for therapy as well in ways to support the person if they are probably not engaged in and I say they are not willing. So there are so many ways. It's quite easy to talk about it like this, but any possible help that we can as people being around or even with us having mental illnesses as well, we could. And if ebusiana nkasa betimi akọ family therapy to talk about it, because when you obiti na nkasa and then they do you in a way it affects you as well. So these are some of the ways that we can. But anywhere around in Europe or wherever we find ourselves, mental health is something that they take very serious as well. So in a case, as Angie said, if emergency social services are there, you call for that person to be helped so that it doesn't escalate to a point where it be a bit more in any way, and I say to harm somebody at home as well. That's it.
And wase ewo emwa de amoyen. Pacho Sister Flipper. Me hu nsa wo so me say first one as number one so.
Me patch another me very feel
Okay,
myself
all right.
back. Me sorry. Me patch in our community so say before Ghana for your stigmatization no when it comes to mental health. I say obi a kase obi wo mental issue your fan is be a nipa na bodam sa asade no astick it to us maybe from our culture or from where we are coming from. But ade ba ko say say mental health no ye nyina at one point in your life cross the line is I've always been taught that it's a thin line between there's a thin line between the normalcy and abnormality when it comes to mental health. And you cross the line no cover time via the only issue is say so cross the abnormal side now. That is not so stay or honoma. That is where the problem comes into no. Say you come mental health and then when about depression, so about mention the inibia. It is seen in our community say a big thing be far from us. Yes, I say yeah, shena yes sign your dream free sa name and hona you get it closer to it and accept it say a part of human life, just like it's a part and I say I want share part of growth, a part of human life. Now you enjoy stigmatization, this will also help people to open up. Me that say.
Pacho yedase. Yedamase nyina ne emoa ne asembisa mode abo adwumadi. Me ho se personal ministry for no I show up enche bia the platform me no mato aso. Enka bokitu abi wo ho na fe me de akonya sama Sister Angie now the last submission aba. Yen hye no so se ye kan se dwumadi ne to aso pa na program eto aso yi subsequent weeks no dey in fact yen timi mix enti ka kire wo nyonko se omomodi entie bi program eto aso ye fe no personality disorders a group of yare bi na se adwemu how me no me no yina yenhwem kwa na bia wo na se mesum wo bi kwan a ya boso no etimi predispose ye ma yetimi ko how bi mon kiti bi even po ebi kwa de we a osere kwa no obi asere boso be bia betimi yenwie sa adwuma de no ho se bia how ma me no me no ana so se de utamoamo aho bebre no ebia na how nti bomodin so be ba betie sa adwuma de bi yenwie no na mogire se wahu de na how ebetimi kwan bi ebetimi afa ho atwe ho afiri mu no aboa ma me no me no nyina yehu kwan ebetimi aboa yehu nti ka kire onua ka kire odofo say next week we share the same time yadamu na mo asese enne mobile sister Angie last submission betimi de amapikadeli asafo.
Okay, may I say? So my last submission is even though you're Ghanaians, we feel like we should get up and get over it. But let us know, say times are changing, things are changing. It doesn't happen that way anymore. And anytime I be who say obi ekwa as a beautiful family of God now, let's try and support each other in whatever way that we can. And then meaning say nyankopon ebe shrayen. Nyame sha obia many aje se me hu Piccadilly phobia. Amen.
Amen. Yes, yeah, that's a say obeboa adwumadie mu enne no nyankopon kan na de wahwe bia no o ma won sanka instead be next time so ye chance afrewa obeba da oni program kra but more than better ne betie subsequent presentations na to us ne ogide so obeba. Amen. Mama ye mo empire ne nya platform no emma personal ministry for odonfo no mobro hu for that was say auditions from kan de amaye de so pa se free sumo so be share den ebra yakọ tibia mu a yewura fi ekwan mpo ebetimi akekan ho atoa no de so say afri sumo so na hyen den enne edisuan yesuen ekire se ye ho yi hia ho emoa enti yesuen kan ho na hyen den ebra ohaw bi aba no yentimi enko enwonko mmoa na yentimi entwe ho mfiri saa ohaw mu na timi aboa ma odwumadi a wo de ahye nsa no etimi afredi akọ sabe the platform no ebiem esa bemma wakoa ne ye abesua disua yeso nse free so muso be kan ho ma yenti ase ewo adisua yenuan mo mo ngana ka ne fom be kan ho ewo adom no nti. Amen.
Amen.
Personal ministry edamas